Hello, this is, I don't know, I actually don't really know what this is, but this is me going to Manchester City versus Bayer Leverkusen. So yeah, who knows what happens, going in, like Leverkusen aren't that good against big teams. I mean, they've struggled against PSG and Bayern Munich, while Manchester City are obviously Manchester City, and Leverkusen's problem is that they have a lot of injuries at the moment. So it will look quite tough for them heading into this game against one of the teams in Europe. Maybe they learn from when they play Bayern and PSG. Maybe they don't.
It's going to fall here for Grimaldo, coming on to it, and they've scored! Well, that's 8 goals this season now for the left wing-back of Bayer Leverkusen, the Spanish international Alex Grimaldo, and didn't he take it well?
As Tillman picks up in that space again, he has been, I've really enjoyed him. Maybe a wee bit too much noise, got it. Very clever player, Dan.
This is Mazza, and it goes towards Patrick Schick, who makes it 2-0. It's the faintest of touches from Patrick Schick, and the ball evades James Trafford. At 8.5 minutes into the second half, it's Manchester City 0, Bayer Leverkusen 2.
So the game is over, and Leverkusen have actually beaten Manchester City. Who'd have thought that? It was a very good performance from Leverkusen, especially defensively. I mean, Mark Flekken, being shaky at times, was very good and kept out Haaland, Konza, Ogbade, even Janel Belosian, he's been on the fringes, he's been in, they all played well. And even when, you can be like, oh, this is Manchester City B team, not that big of a deal. They managed to still bring on Haaland, or Leverkusen, like a bunch of 19-year-olds on the bench. So Leverkusen were able to win because they had a very strong performance defensively, and then in attack they were just clinical when they needed to be. I mean, for the first goal, there was obviously a lucky bounce into the path of Grimaldo, and then for the second goal, it was just a good goal. It was a well-worked goal for the team, and finished off by Schick with a header. But overall, everyone put in a shift, a much-needed shift, and a shift that obviously helped Leverkusen get the job done. And for some reason, and somehow, they beat City and did it against most people's expectations. Ibrahim as well was very good. I've mentioned it previously how he has kind of played more as a centre midfielder this season, and he did that again today and was very good, on both ends, defensive and attacking. He obviously got the assist for the second goal, and his cross was deflected into the path of Grimaldo. And so, it's a very strong performance from Leverkusen, and now they play Dortmund on Saturday, and it will be interesting to see if they can use what they've done in this game for that. And now, a bit of an exclusive, because that's what we bring. I managed to pluck up the courage to speak to both Leverkusen goalkeeper Mark Flekken and sporting director Simon Rolfes. So, first is the Rolfes interview. Do you think Leverkusen learned from the game against Manchester City or against PSG and Bayern Munich, where a team similar caliber to Manchester City?
For sure, and that's what I'm expecting. If you change so many players, you have so many young ones, you cannot expect that you win this kind of matches or be that competitive than maybe our team last year. But what I expect is that we learn from this also tough moments. When you realize your mistakes you did, and that was the expectation from us for today, that we show more maturity, that we're a little bit smarter in some situations. Also had more courage, to be more brave, to play our game and to show our quality. And this was a step forward.
So do you think, obviously, on the weekend will be the next big challenge?
Yeah.
This is a good building block.
Yeah, but every game it has its own characteristic, own story. But for sure, the self-confidence, what we can reach as a team, the connections to the guys. It's so important to be a top team or a competitive team, that the connections are on the pitch, but as well off the pitch, are really, really strong. They have a strong bond, and I think these tough moments, but maybe also when you lose against PSG 7-2, it's you have to go through these moments, or here to defend them at the end. This creates this bond, and that's so important for me, not only on the pitch but as well off the pitch.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And second is the Flekken interview. As a goalkeeper, does it give you confidence when you have like a backline that performed the way they did today? And do you feel like, because you're all relatively new as well, that you're all slowly like building chemistry and understanding each other a little better?
Definitely. But it's the same way. It's the same the other way around. If the backline knows they have a goalkeeper behind them who can save the one shot that goes through them, those connections have to be built over time. Like I said before, you need time. You don't always get time, so you have to be patient. You have to work hard, and you have to get to know each other as quick as possible. But that doesn't always work out the way you want it to work out. So yeah, patience is key. Patience and hard work.
So I think overall that the performance really, like, it should kickstart Leverkusen's Champions League campaign, because they've really been faltering as of late. I mean, they've only won once, and that was against Benfica. I mean, then they got smacked by PSG and drew with Copenhagen and PSV. Both games they really should be winning. But yeah, they really should use this now as a building block. And it's also a testament of the work that Kasper Heuman's done. I mean, PE teacher is a bit of a derogatory term in football. But he does act like a PE teacher in a way, mainly due to the fact that he's just coaching a bunch of kids. And it's working so far. How far this can go, obviously yet to be seen.